We're getting into that match right here with the pre-bans getting locked in. We've got the Zabal, we've got the Ragdoll finding themselves in the pre-ban in this very first match with STAYHIVE and RAIGEKI.
RAIGEKI pre-banning the Ragdoll means that he's going to probably use the Mariel and Gracia, the Light Twin Angel, because Light Twin Angel, Ragdoll really counters Light Twin Angel. So let's just see if I'm right. And RAIGEKI does pick Mariel and Gracia.
There's that Chandra being showcased by STAYHIVE already as a first pick, a 24 speed lead. We have RAIGEKI. He loves these two units. It's the Ciara at 24 speed lead with the Sekhmet.
Yes, this is back to RAIGEKI's tried and true.
Yep, we've seen it before from years past with SWC. STAYHIVE looking to stay pretty normal with a Cigar being paired up with a Chandra. And we have the Fire Desert Warrior once again being showcased here by STAYHIVE.
RAIGEKI kind of has to worry about picking Laura and Mariel and Gracia into STAYHIVE, because STAYHIVE also, even though he doesn't have the Ragdoll to cut anymore, he has Volantis. So you got to watch out for that.
Yeah, Volantis, Hagang, there's many options that can be drafted into RAIGEKI at the moment, especially showcasing two fire units. So it looks like Monado is going to be a unit from STAYHIVE and a Juno.
I actually really like the Monado pick because counters the Laura pretty well and deals with Masha pretty well as well.
Woo! We know RAIGEKI likes this Chow. And this is kind of the spot that we do like a Chow as a last pick. So RAIGEKI confirming the Chow is going to put in some work here in this draft. Let's see how these bans are going to be working out.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Chow's going to get let through. Oh, Chow got banned. Nice. Good last pick then.
Yeah, so the Chow definitely was going to be a very good pick here. Catches the ban. Monado is going to be banned out here. 24 speed lead for both players here. We should be looking at a RAIGEKI Sekhmet taking turn one in our very first match with RAIGEKI and STAYHIVE.
Yeah, Sekhmet taking that first turn. Probably going to reset the Cigar being the only unit on the other team to strip and reset RAIGEKI's team.
So let's see what happens with this Chandra. We do know we have a skill 1 strip that he can do. Looks like the Hug is going out onto the Juno, and he's going to try and boost up his team here, but it's not going to be boosting up the team for Saga to do anything here because he is reset at the moment with a little bit of damage coming towards this Ciara. Now, Ciara has taken a little bit of damage, so I'm curious to see if this is going to be that tanky of a Ciara or is it going to be a high damage Ciara.
Huge 2-turn silence from Ashara, showing how good Ashara is. STAYHIVE actually has really high rune quality. Noticing that STAYHIVE's team, both Chandra, Cigar, and Ashara outsped RAIGEKI's Laura.
Ooh, RAIGEKI was able to get defense breaks across the entire board here. So let's see what happens with Chandra looking to lock down a unit here because it can stun, can strip and stun any of the units here on RAIGEKI's side of the field and only receiving a strip on top of that Laura.
Yeah, unfortunately, RAIGEKI didn't get the most important debuff, which is heal block on the Ashara. Now it's really punishing RAIGEKI not getting that heal block on Ashara.
It definitely is. Good additional turn there from this Cigar, able to land provokes on top of this Laura, but we still have a skill 3 available. He's going to be healing up this Fire Desert Warrior, and that's going to help out STAYHIVE a lot here. Looking for a dismount on top of the Masha, not receiving that dismount, but is Juno going to be enough to get the dismount? And it is!
I thought the sequencing would be to kill the Ciara, but now let's see if Ciara, he gets punished or not.
See what happens. Here's that third skill. Looking for a reset, potentially going out onto the Sekhmet, but no, going out onto the Ciara instead. Sekhmet with skill 3 available. He can go for a reset on something that ends up just finishing off that Fire Desert Warrior.
Yeah, this whole match kind of came down to Sekhmet landing the Curse of the Beautiful heal block on a shower or not. Unfortunately, he needed that one heal block and it didn't pull through for RAIGEKI.
Yeah, not at all. So let's see what happens because it looks like that Masha is going to be dropping, and I do think that should be game because that's all the damage that RAIGEKI has in store here for STAYHIVE. Because we know the Chandra is a very difficult unit to get rid of here. So let's see what happens. Masha needs to get some additional turns. Does get the additional turns here to finish off. Not finish off the Cigar just yet. Masha is going to be dropping there. STAYHIVE suddenly looking very comfortable with the Despair stun on Laura.
Yeah, good game coming out to STAYHIVE, drafting the Juno that counters the Laura pretty well, and then Eshar actually put in a lot of work to tank a lot of damage because he deals damage based on his own HP, and not landing that heal block allowed him to cleanse, heal, the whole team. Him and the
Exactly
lowest
that.
health unit.
So there's your pre-bans from last time. There's the Zabala. There's the Ragdoll that are now available as we get into round number 2 with STAYHIVE and RAIGEKI. Pre-ban's going to be coming out here. Thompson, what are our new pre-bans?
I kind of think you got to pre-ban the segment. RAIGEKI already showing that like he's always going to take first turn because his fastest Swift set is on segment. It's also on Will too. Kind of impressive.
Yeah, that's really impressive. You're able to get that on Will and be that fast. So the Ciara is going to be catching a pre-ban. We've got Viva Chill catching a pre-ban by RAIGEKI. RAIGEKI has first pick here up against STAYHIVE. Let's see if he chooses to take a unit away or not.
It seems like STAYHIVE's rune quality is really high because I said to pre-ban the segment because all of Chandra, Cigar, Ashur all outsped RAIGEKI's whole team. So let's see if he sticks with the Chandra or he's going to pick the Ramel and Judaya.
And it looks like we have this Cigar being showcased by RAIGEKI as a first pick. STAYHIVE with the Chandra and the Veladril. The trio is currently split up.
Now that you pick Chandra and Bellajoul, there's less of an angle for Julian, but you know, any game's a good Julian game.
That is a definite fact right there. Any game is a Julian game. So there's that Moore being drafted with the Juno as well. RAIGEKI. Ragdoll, to no surprise, being drafted here.
Yeah, Ragdoll looks like he's going to get 45% bar, and here is the Julian we've been talking about.
Yep, and we only have one defense break currently being showcased by STAYHIVE, and that's going to be the Veladril. So I'm kind of expecting an additional defense break coming out of STAYHIVE to really set up his Julian for success here, so that he can find those windows and really create opportunities for his victory here. RAIGEKI is showing the lore. Let's see if he chooses to draft that lore. And it looks like we're going to be swapping to a Shizuka Oberon.
Yeah, but Julian doesn't really need an armor break for Julian because Julian, if you're not providing much damage, Julian could just kill your whole team as well. The Oberon is probably going to be
That is definitely true. Well, do we have an Ella? Ella as the last pick. I don't know what I think about that from STAYHIVE here.
Yeah, I love the Ella pick. RAIGEKI picking a lot of AoE is going to stack a lot of totems on Ella. Ella is going to boost either Chandra or Vela, and they're going to have almost infinite skills all the time.
Well, that is true. We're getting in round number 2 with RAIGEKI and STAYHIVE. Let's see what happens, guys, because we've got, I believe, the Chandra kicking things off for us. All right.
Yeah, I have to hats off to how like STAYHIVE has really good runes. I'm kind of baffled right now by it.
I know. I was expecting RAIGEKI to take turn 1 with the Moore, and that's not what happened here. We got a Chandra kicking things off here, which really is incredible. We've got that Veladril. It's in front of RAIGEKI's Cigar here, so there's going to be no reset coming out here. We have an Ella as well, also in front of the Cigar here as well. So we've got, again, it's going to be doing immunity. It's going to be bringing lots of cooldowns for his team.
Yeah, another thing you kind of failed to mention about Ella is like her first skill heals so much. Like we all used totems before. It heals for 30% every time it goes. So STAYHIVE picking Veladril and Ella provides him a lot of sustain for his team.
It really does. That's a lot of sustain indeed for his team, especially when he has Veladril too, offering some more sustain, where we're not showcasing any sustain minus a Juno on the side of RAIGEKI here. So let's see what happens to this Moore. He strips the Soul Protect, so Moore is going to be dropping here.
Yeah, I think Ella, the sustain from Ella and Veladril is just going to kind of incrementally take along paired with Veladril. I mean, along paired with Ragdoll, because Ragdoll will give him a lot of turns.
Definitely. Let's see where the damage is going to be going from RAIGEKI. I'm not too sure RAIGEKI is known to kind of throw in the towel when it comes to matches where he doesn't think he's able to gain that victory. So RAIGEKI staying in here does believe he has some sort of avenue of victory.
Yeah, I mean, Juno's just going to give Ragdoll a bunch of value every turn. So it's going to be rough for RAIGEKI.
It definitely is. So let's see where that hug is going to be going. He might just go on to the ragdoll, keeping this unit alive. Might go on to the Villagewel, knowing that might be a unit that he really wants to go after. So he is going to be hugging the Villagewel. There's that third skill going out, not landing on top of the Shizuka, which is very fortunate there for RAIGEKI. We have a third skill. We're going to throw up our immunity. We're going to be cleansing up our ragdoll. Ragdoll providing a lot of damage here for STAYHIVE.
Yeah, Ragdoll providing a lot of damage, but the most important part is look at the health bar of STAYHIVE. It's packed, it's full.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be staying that way because we're not showcasing a ton of damage from RAIGEKI. He needs to land some defense breaks with this cigar, maybe even the Shizuka as well, getting some of that from the third skill, landing some defense breaks on the field here, but need to keep the cigar alive to really find some sort of window for RAIGEKI.
Yeah, RAIGEKI just going all in on the Ella because Ella already has 4 totems. Unfortunately, missed all of the skills, including the armor break and the provoke on the Ella.
Yeah, well done for STAYHIVE. He seems to be giving RAIGEKI a run for his money right now. He's going to be at match point here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, RAIGEKI's team seemed very susceptible to Ragdoll, and Ragdoll got through the second game, so STAYHIVE drafted really well.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see some change here with RAIGEKI. RAIGEKI to try to like throw off his opponent to stop him from like potentially. He's giving RAIGEKI such a problem. I'm not too sure what RAIGEKI has to do at the moment, really.
Yeah, interesting to know. RAIGEKI went with Oberon and Seimei, but he also has not Seimei, Shizuka. But instead of Oberon Shizuka, he also has a Lima in his back pocket to combo off with Shizuka. So let's just see how RAIGEKI's going to draft this round.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what happens here because those pre-bans are locked in here. We have our first picks in here. RAIGEKI in his comfort zone. We have the CR. We have the segment being showcased by RAIGEKI. STAYHIVE with the entire trio this time around. This is tried, true, and consistent here for STAYHIVE. RAIGEKI busting out with the Juno and Shizuka.
I'm surprised the segment got through and not and he banned the Zibala. Maybe STAYHIVE knows something that we don't know, but I think RAIGEKI has his fastest runes on segment. We know that STAYHIVE does outspeed all of RAIGEKI's unit, Chandra, Vela, and it was Chandra, Cigar, and a shower, but I'm pretty sure the Vela is pretty fast as well for STAYHIVE.
Indeed. So we have we have an Abelio and we have a Fire Monkey King. Nothing but consistency, I believe, on the side of STAYHIVE right now. And I know we have a world where we could have taken it over on, but we're going to be going with the Volantis instead for RAIGEKI. So we have our draft, Thompson. What are we banning out here?
It seems like you really have to ban out the Volantis, and on STAYHIVE's side, it seems like the Fire Monkey King is going to deal a lot of damage to the Sierra, but Sierra got banned out. Sierra being the only source of volatility and combos off with Shizuka really well.
I think I agree with you. I think the Fire Monkey King is going to cause a lot of trouble. STAYHIVE is at match point. RAIGEKI looking to get one on the board here. So we're getting into round number 3 with Sekhmet kicking things off with a big skill 3 landing on top of that Abelio.
Yeah, let's see how much work Volantis will put for STAYHIVE, because if Volantis does the AoE provoke and glance and also lands the continuous damage, it's going to be really hard for STAYHIVE to stay alive.
Exactly that. So there's that defense break landing on top of the segment. We knew this was going to provide lots of damage here. Abelio is going to be getting more additional turns here. This is going to help getting his skills back up from being reset by that segment. Nice little despair stun, though, from RAIGEKI getting onto this Villagewel. So shuts it down there. We know we have skills available. Beautiful skill 2 goes into the segment to make sure we have more skills available on our segment. So there's that third skill. We've got defense breaks across the board right now. We have a big skill 2 happening. So see where that additional damage is going to rain on top of STAYHIVE.
Yeah, even though he resetted the Abelio, but Abelio just needs one more turn for Wild Cure to come back up. So all this AoE damage is going to add up. Now we're just worried about him proccing because he procced the previous turn.
Ooh, nice little despair stun on top of that Abelio. I think RAIGEKI's catching that break that he is looking for. No attack bar pushback on top of this Fire Monkey King. Fire Monkey King is able to drop the Sekhmet. And we have an additional turn coming from this Villagewel, healing up his team, saving that Abelio from dying.
Yeah, it's just I think Volantis was the ban, and I'm surprised Volantis actually got through. But Raigeki's playing really well around available, keeping all the attack bars low and not making sure Wild Cure does not proc.
Definitely doing a good job indeed. Now, this Abelio has to go. So I'm curious what's going to happen here. We have a Charming Voice looking to reset the sustain coming out of that Abelio, but it is enough to drop that Abelio as well. So more damage coming towards this defense-broken Juno. And we have a locked and loaded Fire Monkey King. Let's see what happens, because we do have a nice little stun going out onto the Veladriel. So this skill 1 goes in, does not stun up this Juno. And we have Juno dropping the Veladriel. Raigeki staying alive.
Raigeki is staying alive. He went for the 3rd skill and got really lucky. The Volantis didn't revenge and stun the Chandra, because right now every turn matters.
Every turn really does matter. That Fire Monkey King was able to drop that Juno. We knew the Fire Monkey King was definitely going to be a problem unit here. We know if more additional turns reign true for STAYHIVE, he's going to be staying alive in this match here.
Reset is still up on Sekhmet, because he stripped the skill with buffs on.
Yeah, quite fortunate indeed. So here comes that defense break, and it does land on top of the Volantis. We have skill 3 available once again, so hopefully everyone's going to eat every single negative effect, and that's exactly what happens here. So we have skills available from this Volantis, so a lot of negative effects sitting on top of that Fire Monkey King, but Fire Monkey King once again is going to be an issue.
Yeah, this Volantis never revenge. Oh, well, it revenge, of course, now.
As you said it does that exactly. So no defense break is going to be landing on top of this Volantis. He's going to be bringing back the Sekhmet. Sekhmet, I believe, has skill 2. Does not have skill 2 available. Looking for an attack break to limit the damage. It does get resisted. So here's the stun to drop the Volantis, but we've just got the attack bar pushback coming from the Sekhmet. Is Fire Monkey King going to be Elemental King here? He needs to land these kind of crits on the water unit, so the attack bar pushback is going to be extremely important. But STAYHIVE looking for the stuns coming out of his Fire Monkey King. So here comes that big skill 2, getting the heal block, getting the defense break on top of the Fire Monkey King. He's not going to use that skill 2. There's no way. He's got to cross his fingers for stuns on top of Raigeki.
Usually Fire Monkey King wins this, but that was a huge proc.
Massive proc, gets the attack bar pushback. Fire Monkey King should be dropping here, but he's going to go with the safe move, bringing back the Juno. Raigeki finally getting a point on the board against STAYHIVE.
Yeah, that was a close match. I can't believe Volantis didn't take STAYHIVE home.
That was so close. We knew the Fire Monkey King was going to be a problem there for Raigeki. And Fire Monkey King, honestly, at any point in time, could have actually locked in that match if we had received skill 1 stuns or... honestly, it's just the skill 1 stuns. If Fire Monkey King had locked down that Shizuka, where Shizuka mostly known, built on max resistance, and I'm sure this is a max resistance Shizuka indeed. Fire Monkey King could have really brought that home, but well done, Raigeki. He held on in that match.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you think he's going to ban Sekhmet or Sierra again? And he went with the Sierra ban.
I think it's going to be one of those units. I think it's always going to be kind of like Sekhmet, Sierra. Well, honestly, the Sierra catching just so much more priority over a Sekhmet. For STAYHIVE here, so the Julian, to no surprise, catching a pre-ban by Raigeki.
Yeah, the Sierra pre-ban makes a lot of sense, but last game the Zibala pre-ban didn't make that much sense to me. I would prefer a Sekhmet pre-ban.
Well, there's your Water Twin Angels with the Cigar being drafted by STAYHIVE. Raigeki's bringing in the Ethna this time. We're seeing a change. I love the change of wins here for Raigeki. You know, we haven't seen this in the previous matches. We're getting an Ethna, and we're getting those Light Twin Angels coming out here for Raigeki. So this is pretty nice here. So let's see what STAYHIVE's going to do to address these 2 units.
Yeah, but now STAYHIVE is probably going to pick Ragdoll, because Raigeki puts himself in a very vulnerable position for a Ragdoll.
Yeah, he definitely does, and I think Smicer is one of those problematic units here, so we know what Smicer can do. Smicer causes a lot of problems here, and I'm sure Raigeki's not too happy to see that, but I think that's why this Veramos is coming into play here.
Veramos is a really great pick, because STAYHIVE has Volantis in the back pocket, and it also deals with Chandra, Ethna, and Morella and Gracia a lot, and picking Veramos makes you think twice about picking Volantis. But now STAYHIVE has Tian Liang, and Tian Liang kind of counters both Chandra, Bella, and Veramos.
I actually forgot about the Tian Liang. He does have that on STAYHIVE's draft. Oh my god, we're giving Raigeki a taste of his own medicine here. He's going to be taking the Volantis and banning out that Veramos.
Yeah, great Valantis pick. I thought he was going to pick that in his back pocket.
24 speed lead for both players here. Once again, STAYHIVE at match point right now. RAIGEKI trying to stay alive in a very stressful game for RAIGEKI. And he's kicking things off here with Ethna. Skills available, looking to lock down a unit early. He's trying to get a nice stun here on the Valantis and does get that stun here.
RAIGEKI played it right, really respecting the Valantis, not doing skill 2, but just trying to stun the Valantis first.
Not getting a strip there on the Smicer either, but RAIGEKI's going to be boosting up his team 3 turn immunity coming out of the Velo Jewel. So let's see what happens. We've got a big skill there, skill 3 coming out of Chandra to boost up his team and only land a couple slows there on the Light Druid and Water Twin Angels.
All eyes on Smicer. Let's see if she silences, and she does. So great silence on Smicer.
Yeah, like we said, this was going to be a problematic unit, so it does get the silence on top of the Ethna, and that's going to put a damper on RAIGEKI's plan indeed. So the stuns and the bombs go out onto Ethna. We have a Provoke laying on it as well, so we have skills available coming out of the Light Twin Angels.
Yeah, RAIGEKI really have to watch out for the Valantis. That was a huge slow on Valantis, but once the Valantis moves, RAIGEKI have a lot he has to worry about.
Well, RAIGEKI's doing everything he can in his power right now to make sure that Valantis is not going to be moving. That slow is extremely important. The defense break might do the work that RAIGEKI is looking for. So let's see what happens and where that priority is going to go here. But please keep an eye on that Smicer. Smicer still can do lots of smicy things here.
Oh, Valantis is getting close. Valantis is going to take a turn real soon.
Ooh, and there's that turn that we were talking about here. RAIGEKI didn't want to see it happen, but we do have the Velo Jewel. Velo Jewel did resist a little bit and does get smacked by that Chandra. So the Valantis does drop. We get a nice little turn there coming from Ethna. So more poke damage going towards these Ramil and Judaya. So Judaya, they're on their way out here just below 50%. Is going to get healed up by the Smicer first skill.
Yeah, the Velo Jewel did resist a little bit, but the Maril and Gracia resist a lot of it. That was a huge resist at the very beginning when Maril and Gracia didn't get reset by the Cigar and had return immunity of the whole game.
Yeah, very, very true. So we have third skill available for RAIGEKI. He's going to be boosting up his team, cleansing everything here. We have no immunity on the other side of the field, landing 2 defense breaks on the Smicer and the Cigar. There's that third skill, getting Despair Stun on the Water Twin Angels. We've got that third skill shutting down that Smicer. RAIGEKI absolutely clapping back here in round number 4. We're going into a game 5 with STAYHIVE and RAIGEKI.
Yeah, RAIGEKI's draft seems to have a really hard time with Ragdoll. But this game, he gets to pre-ban Ragdoll. So it looks like RAIGEKI has a pretty positive chance on beating STAYHIVE this game, saying that Ragdoll is going to get pre-banned. Hopefully STAYHIVE pre-bans second.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what happens with STAYHIVE, because I think this pre-ban's going to be really, really important here. And it looks like Zibala, once again, catching priority from STAYHIVE. He wants to he doesn't want RAIGEKI to have the Zibala, but no surprise seeing RAIGEKI banning out that Ragdoll, and STAYHIVE with the first pick here going into match number 5.
Yeah, RAIGEKI kind of already showed you that he has priority on Ethna and priority on Sekhmet. I'm really surprised that he went with the Zibala pre-ban.
Me too. I'm still surprised that he did that. So we get the tried and true, the 3 coming in here for STAYHIVE, the trios being drafted. RAIGEKI once again showcasing some bread and butter for his team here. The CR, Sekhmet, the Juno that he does like to draft. I'm surprised that's not a Valantis here, but it is going to be a Laura.
RAIGEKI is drafting so freely, knowing that there's no Ragdoll to pick on the other side. But now RAIGEKI still got to worry about Nemesis units like Julianne.
Yeah, exactly that. So I remember RAIGEKI was drafting a Chow as a last pick going into like a Monado draft. He ended up banning out the Monado last time. So let's see what he chooses to draft here. I think this last pick is going to be really important for STAYHIVE, knowing that Monado might be catching a ban here. And it looks like the Fire Desert Warrior is going to be the unit that STAYHIVE is going to be wrapping up his draft here. And I love the Smicer. I think the Smicer is an excellent pick here for RAIGEKI.
Very interesting that STAYHIVE went with a Shower and not Julian, because I feel like Julian counters all 5 of RAIGEKI's unit. Also, Julian's probably going to suck up a ban.
Yeah, exactly. I think I would be utilizing my LDs if I had a Julianne as well in this moment, but that's not what's happening here. I give a lot of credit right now to RAIGEKI for keeping it cool, getting into a game number 5. If you watch a lot of RAIGEKI streams, keeping it cool, man, can be a little difficult here, and he's actually doing that here, and that's how we got here in this game 5. So let's see what happens. We got 24 speed leads for both players right here. Is RAIGEKI with the reverse sweep, or can STAYHIVE stay true and win this match out?
Yeah, that Minato looks kind of scary, built on max resist. So let's see how Minato is going to perform against this Sierra, even though Sierra could drop bomb and just one-shot the Minato.
So there's a hug going on to the fire desert warrior here, keeping this unit safe. We know it doesn't have any skills. It got reset by the segment. And a little bit of damage. So CR is probably going to be catching a lot of attention right now for STAYHIVE. He doesn't want to have to worry about the bomb damage from his CR. So let's see what happens. He should be boosting up his team here, throwing up the immunity. But he is worried about what Laura is going to be doing here.
Yeah, now he has threat state up. It's going to be... let's see how Sierra is going to operate. Sierra can't really drop a bomb on anyone right now, though, because of threat state.
Threat state being very good at the moment, and the immunity, of course, on the Minato. This Minato did take a lot of damage, though. Let's keep that in mind there from that Laura. So there's that defense break, which is going to be very important to land on top of this segment here. Looking for some heal blocks across the board. Does get that heal block on that Fire Desert Warrior. We know how important that is. We've got a big strip that can happen right now. Let's see if he chooses to do that, because could be a lot of Despair Stun units up as well.
Assure's Shower's skill is still not up. It's still, unless Assure procs, so let's just see how Assure is gonna... Oh, Assure didn't proc.
No, but we did get a Veligil off here, so the Veligil was able to use skill 3, throwing up 3-turn immunity, and Ciara was ready to start knocking on that door of STAYHIVE, but it was able to protect his team here. So there's that threat state coming back up from Minato, and a beautiful stun going out onto the Ciara, stopping this unit here. There's that reset from Sekhmet. Sekhmet now has the threat state, forcing him to go after Sekhmet.
Yeah, that Minato being so annoying. Kind of a good counter against Sierra.
Was that going to be enough damage? And it is. RAIGEKI's able to drop the Veligil. Veligil was being a problem here, but STAYHIVE able to trade units. He's able to get rid of that CR from the field.
Yeah, trade units. Also, the Shower didn't proc. If that Shower proc, it would have been really hard for RAIGEKI to come back, providing that heal, armor break, and damage.
Yeah, for sure. RAIGEKI's doing an excellent job at making sure that this Fire Desert Warrior stays reset. Keep in mind that it has very low cooldown, so that Violent proc kind of huge on this Fire Desert Warrior, because he's going to have skills up next turn here. Any stuns happening right here? No stuns just yet. Potentially looking for an attack break here. I don't think he's going to be... He is going to gamble it!
Yeah, a huge skill 3 is going to be coming out on a Shower. No armor breaks,
Wow. No armor breaks at all. If he had armor break, he would have dropped the lore there, and I think that's really, really important there. So there's that skill 3. Does get the reset on top of the Minato. Minato with no skills available, but he does have the threat state at the moment. Able to finish off that Laura here. And we've got Juno. Juno can provide a little bit of damage, so it's going to be all skill 1s from here on. He needs to drop this Minato. We knew it was going to be an issue unit, and it's causing a lot of problems here for RAIGEKI. So he almost lost his Sekhmet. Sekhmet might be dropping very, very soon.
Yeah, you called it exactly right. RAIGEKI, seeing that Minato's problem unit, went for it and didn't get.
Huge victory there for STAYHIVE.